I nearly had a heart attack. Okay, not because like, oh my god, oh, I gained so much weight. It's not that. It was the fact that I had a goal and I feel like it was just all just taken away just by that one step. Like, I'm just like, I'm going the wrong direction. This is not a direction I'm supposed to be going.
Yeah. Wake up. Gotta get this paper, get this cake up. Gotta do my hair, gotta put on makeup. Gotta act like I care about this fake stuff, straight up.
Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, my name is Miss Curvy Silhouette. For all my current subscribers, welcome back, Curve Squad. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. I will give you guys a second just to go hit that box because this video is going to be bomb, okay? As well as my other videos. So click the link. Don't forget to hit that bell. Go ahead, I'll take a second. Just hit that button. Trust me, you will not regret it. Hit the button. You hit it? All right, cool. All right, let's get started. And this video, as you guys seen, is about my weight loss journey. This YouTube channel is mostly based on my weight loss journey. I have incorporated other things like hair and makeup, and most recently I'm uploading vegan recipes because I'm trying to convert into veganism. You know, I do backslide here and there. Guys, for all my Curve Squads that have been following me since day one, you guys already know the deal. If you're new here and you kind of feel lost, you don't feel a part of the group as to what I'm talking about, I'm going to leave the link down below to all my videos that I have uploaded in the past on my weight loss journey, so you guys can get up to speed, so you guys can kind of get an understanding as to where I'm coming from in this video. I have been wanting to start this video or make this video since last month, but I said I was going to start fresh in November. In October, I was noticing a couple things, okay? I was noticing a lot of different changes that were happening, and it didn't really hit me until I went on the scale. Well, I started feeling a little uncomfortable, like I felt more tired. You know, my pants would irritate me around my waist. Like I always felt like I always felt like a sausage. I'm like, why do I feel like I'm stuffing myself into my jeans all of a sudden? I'm just like, what is going on? Like, something's wrong. After I noticed that, I started noticing my back. I'm like, wait a minute. Like, now, don't get me wrong, my back was never, you know, no fat rolls at all kind of thing. But I got real far in my weight loss journey for it to be a certain size that I would notice if it was changing. And then I started to notice my stomach was starting to, you know, get a little bit more of that fupa again. You know, it wasn't starting, because before it was starting to look flat. It was, I would 100% say if I kept going on strong, by now my stomach would have been flat. Like, people always say, oh, your stomach is flat now. No, it ain't. I didn't have my scale with me. I usually have a scale at home just to keep track. Like, I don't go on it religiously. Like, I know some people go on it like every day or every week or every other day or every couple days. Like, I'm not gonna go that crazy, but I usually like to go on it in like every, you know, month or every 2-3 weeks, just to make sure, you know, I'm where I left off, or if I'm gaining too much, or if I'm losing rapidly, you know, because if you're losing rapidly and you're not really doing much, then obviously there's something wrong. But I always like to just make sure, you know, everything is good in that sense. And I didn't have my scale with me. It's been at my mom's for a while now. So I decided to go get my scale and weigh myself, and let's just say that I am almost back at my starting weight, which was 265 pounds. That video will be down in the link below from when I first started my weight loss journey. It will be down below, so you guys will know what I'm talking about. I started at 265 and I am almost back at that size. I had a goal and I feel like it was just all just taken away just by that one step. I was like, I'm going the wrong direction. This is not the direction I'm supposed to be going. I really had to sit and evaluate what I just saw. And I sat there and I'm like, what am I doing wrong? Like, what am I doing differently? And sometimes we know the answer to our own question. So I just sat there. I'm like, what am I doing wrong? How am I gaining back this weight? Like, I'm not doing anything different. I'm still working out, which I am. I'm not gonna lie about that. There's days I'll eat good for a whole 2 weeks and be fine. And then I'll have my little backslide for like 3-4 days. And that usually happens on my period. So I decided to sit and just go over my YouTube videos. Okay, I went over my YouTube videos. I'm like, what am I doing different? I'm like, because I was losing weight like there's nobody's business, and now I'm just putting it back on. But before I came to that conclusion, I'm like, oh my God, I'm putting on weight. So I went to the gym. So I said, you know what? I need to watch the scale now, because now I need to make sure that this is moving, because this could be something different. This could be a thyroid issue. This could be, you know, anything. Like, it could be, because if you have thyroid issues, you can do all the workout that you want. It ain't going nowhere. I said, you know what? I need to watch the scale now. So then, now that I got the scale, I went back to my old videos to see what I was doing that I may not have been doing now. And guys, let me tell you, it was everything. I stopped doing almost everything that I used to do. The reason for that is, when I got to my lowest, which, no, I can't even say my lowest, because I was not always this size. In high school, I was smaller. I was at my normal weight that a teenager should be. I played sports. I played soccer. I played basketball. Well, not really, but mostly soccer. Soccer was my thing. I loved soccer. I was on the soccer team. I played badminton. I played volleyball. Basketball was nah, but everything else I played. So I was a very active kid and went well on into my 20s. So when I got to my lowest at 234, my goal at that time was to get into the 20s. Now, before when I started my journey, before when I started my YouTube channel, I was stuck in the 260s and the 250s. I would always struggle in between those two. I would go from 265 to 255 all the time, and then when I hit 255, I would get back into the 265. And I think that would always happen to me, because once I got to a certain point, I would get comfortable and be satisfied. It's not that I was satisfied, but I'd be like, oh yes, I got to my goal weight. This is easy, yeah. So I would stop working as hard to continue to go. I wouldn't keep the same momentum. I would always get to a certain point and my momentum would slow down. This time when I started my YouTube channel, I was so determined to get to my goal weight, which should have been now. I was supposed to be at my goal weight for November 2018 at 170 to 180, and I am almost back to where I started. I just need to get back to the drive that I had when I started this journey. When I started the YouTube channel, I was determined. I finally got out of the 260s, I got out of the 250s, I got into the 240s, and then I got into the 230s, guys. I was just knocking them down. I was knocking it down. And once I got to 232, I was a couple pounds away from getting into the 20s, and it was so hard. I remember it being so hard to get into it. So I think I probably got discouraged, not even realizing I got discouraged, and I got comfortable. I'm like, you know what? This I noticed. I'm like, I got into 230s, you know, I don't really have to try so hard, you know. I'm like a couple pounds away from getting to 220s. It can't be that hard, you know. I can go out and enjoy myself and work out here and there. I should still be able to get into the 220s, no problem. Like, I'm only I was 232. I was 3 to 4 pounds away from getting into 220s. I'm like, that can't be a big deal. I was at 232 trying to lose these last 2, 3, 4 pounds just to get into the 220s, and it just was not happening for me. So I think after a while I'm just like, you know what, forget it. I got to 234. I'll get back to it when I get back to it. And that's what happened. I ended up just forgetting about my determination and my goal and ended up where I'm at now. With that being said, I'm gonna go over the stuff that I was doing that I stopped doing for my workouts, for my weight loss journey, that I'm going to start doing again. So my plan is to fill you in for the month of November. For this whole month of November, I want to try and lose 10 to 15 pounds or get to 228 by the end of November. This is not the biggest loser. I'm not going to be, you know, working out like how they do all day 24/7, and they have like all these nutritionists around them giving them the proper food. You know what I mean? It is going to be hard, but it is still a goal I would like to attain, and I'm going to give it a shot. So it's 10 to 15 pounds, or I'm going to get to 228 by now and the end of November. So every week I'm going to fill you guys in as to what I'm doing. It might be every week, or it might be every 2 weeks, because I do work full time. You know, I got to juggle this in somehow, but I am definitely going to fill you guys in every week, every 2 weeks. Even if I don't work out, you know, even if I get to the point where I just stop working out for whatever reason, I'm going to fill you guys in to let you guys know how I'm doing, what I'm doing, and if it's working for me. This is what I used to do when I was serious. So for one, intermittent fasting, I was on that like a hawk. Even my boyfriend said he noticed when I was doing that I was losing the weight, and I did stop. I stopped doing intermittent fasting. I started eating in the mornings, because when I did my intermittent fasting back then, I would usually break my fast around 12 to 1 o'clock, because by the time I had dinner, it was usually 9 by the time I finished. So I would usually finish my intermittent fasting at 12 to 1 o'clock every day. And I would usually work out in the morning fasted as well. I would just usually have my lunch, some snacks, and then I would work out again in the evening, and then I'll come home and have my dinner. Technically, I would burn off everything I ate in one day, because by the time I ate something, it was lunchtime, and before I ate something, I would burn about 700 to 800 calories first thing in the morning. So whenever I ate something, it wouldn't be even close to that. For my lunch, my calorie intake may have been maybe 500 calories tops. So I was still in a deficit whenever I ate, and then by the time I went to the gym again in the evening, I would burn that lunch off that I had again. So I'm still in a deficit, and then I'd have my dinner when I got home. So I was eating, but my body was always in a calorie deficit, and I stopped doing that. I would eat in the morning, I'd eat my lunch. Sometimes I wouldn't work out in the morning. Actually, I stopped working out in the morning, period. I stopped doing my fasted cardio. Sorry if my voice sounds a little weird. It's getting late at night and my throat is dry. I just realized my daughter is catching a cold too, and I'm drinking her water bottle. I do the 16-8 method, so I won't eat for the first 16 hours and eat for 8 and stop, and so on and so forth. So what I'm also planning to do, my calorie intake, I wrote everything down. My calorie intake per day is going to be from 13 to 1500 calories. Also, with that, my Fitness Pal, I used to be on that all day. For those who follow me, I'm sure you guys have noticed I haven't been on there in a minute. For some reason, I cannot log in. It just will not reset my password. I send to reset my my password, and nothing will come to my email. Nothing. So I ended up logging out of my email, because my email is always open. I ended up logging out and logging back in, and I got my reset password. So I can finally get back into that again to make sure I track my calories, because as much as you think you are eating a certain amount of calories, my Fitness Pal can quickly put you in check. So I'm going to get back on that again, because when I started this journey, I was on my Fitness Pal all the time. So expect me back. My goal will be 13 to 1500 calories per day. I might go as far as 18 depending on the days that I work out, because there's days that I work out at least 3 times a day, and yeah, sometimes I might need a little bit more calories just to make sure I don't go crazy. But on a regular day, 13 to 1500 calories. I want to get back into my working out in the mornings, my fasted cardio. I believe wholeheartedly that that method is what got me to lose my weight the fastest. Like, I was seeing results within weeks doing fasted cardio, and I will leave those links below from when I first tried intermittent fasting and I was going to the gym first thing in the morning. I was losing weight like there's no. I lost 6 pounds in what, 3 or 5 days. I think it was 5 days. I lost 6 pounds in 5 days when I first started intermittent fasting and working out in the mornings. I lost 6 pounds in 5 freaking days. So definitely getting back into that. And my goal to myself usually is to burn between 5 and 1,000. Well, in the morning, my goal is to burn at least 500 calories on the elliptical. And then sometimes I'll do some strength training right after, so I could easily burn about 800 calories first thing in the morning. And that is my goal every single day, or every time I work out in the morning. So I'm planning to go to the gym at least every single morning. That is my goal, because I used to do that before. Why it's so hard to do now, I don't know. Daylight savings is coming back, so I think that's why it was so easy. Because I asked myself the other day, sorry if I'm rambling, guys, I'm so sorry. But I asked myself the other day, I'm like, why is it so easy for me to get up in the colder times, in the colder weather, and go to the gym first thing in the morning? In the summertime, do you know how hard it was for me to wake up just to go to the gym? And it was warm. All I had to do was put my clothes on and go through the door. Now I have to actually bundle up because it's freezing first thing in the morning at 5:30, 6 a.m. It's cold. And I find myself waking up at these times now in October, November, and in the summertime, it was almost impossible for me to do that. So I think it has a lot to do with the daylight savings, because the time goes back an hour. I'm able to get an hour's sleep. So I think that's what it is. My mindset was before, it wasn't a chore. I didn't make it a chore. It was just a life thing. Like, I got addicted to the fact that it just became a part of my life. I would wake up, I would work out, I would take a shower, I would go to work. It just became a part of my life. It was just something that I just did. It was just like breathing. I woke up, I'm like, okay, I gotta go to the gym. I go to the gym. Now, or lately, the last couple of months, it felt more like a chore and less like my life. It felt more like somebody was forcing me to do it. It's like, oh, I gotta go to the gym, you know. And then when I go, I was like, oh God, I just don't. And then sometimes I wouldn't wake up to go to the gym. Like, I'd wake up to go, and it's like, forget it. I'll go later. I'll go tomorrow, or I'll go in the evening. This wasn't a part of my life anymore, and that's the mindset I want to get back into. I just want it to just be my lifestyle. I don't want it to feel like a chore. Apple cider vinegar, I stopped taking this as well. I believe that helped me as well, so I'm gonna get back into that. And for my diet, I'm going to be doing this vegan. I was doing that before, I believe. I wasn't eating meat, and that did help as well. Now there are times I do backslide. There was a point in time, actually, I think it was October or September, that we went right back into eating meat every single day. But then I noticed how it was making me feel again. I started to feel heavy. See, around the time where my jeans and stuff were getting tight, I started to feel heavy and just blah. I'm just like, oh, fuck. But that one particular month, I can't remember if it was September or October. It's probably September. I had meat every day for a whole month, and believe you me, I felt it. So I will be incorporating a vegan diet this time around, definitely. I think this time I might just go like no meat whatsoever. Like, even if my boyfriend wants to go out for dinner, I'm going to stick to a no meat diet. I'm going to try. I went for I'm not, so I'm going to try. So that being said, I hope I didn't ramble too much. I hope you guys didn't end up leaving. I hope you guys stayed to the end. It was nice to get this off my chest, let you guys know my plans, what I'm going to do. I feel once I put a plan out there, it's easier to execute, because when I started this YouTube channel, that is what I did. I put my plans out there and I did them. I wanted to lose a certain amount of weight, and I did. And I think once I stopped doing that, that's when I started to lose focus, and shit started happening again. So if you guys have any comments or questions, any suggestions, feel free to leave them down below. With that being said, I'm gonna catch you guys in the next video, because I'm starting to get tired. I can feel it. I can feel it in my eyes. I can hear it in my throat. So I'm gonna go. So Peace out, and I'll catch you guys in the next video.